I know for all of it, like after playing, you've been around baseball forever. When you get a game like last night, and the pace is so, it was a great game. But like for you as a manager, I'm not saying speeds up, but when you get to the eighth inning, you look around and it's still bright out. What does that go through your mindset of trying to make decisions? And do you just look there and go, "What the hell happened the last hour and a half?" Or
I think it's just admiring how well it was pitched and defended. That was a great, game to watch pitching and defense on both sides. They were just able to scratch one across. So you don't necessarily get sped up. You just kind of go like, wow, this has been clean, quick, and just is what it is.
Gaddy, we didn't talk about it last night, but that was a huge, I think it was second, third, no out. We've talked a lot about him, but last year we watched him as a starter. Just what is it about him now that he's calm in that type of situation?
Yeah, Gaddy knows he's one of the best relievers in baseball. I mean, and even when he gets into trouble, he knows he's got the pitches to get out of it. And I think that's the confidence that we've seen in a lot of our bullpen guys is, Festa's done it a couple times this week. A number of our guys have gotten out of trouble, and I think they're getting used to that moment because they're getting more and more experience.
For you personally, I remember asking last year about like a game ends, whether good or bad, you go home, and how long does it take you to like turn the page, or you don't? Having been through last year, like how different is that process now?
It's no different at all. There's nights where, you go through the day, very few things that are on your mind, and you go to sleep. And then there's other nights where you're up till 3, and then you have the nights where you wake up at 3 or wake up at 4 and 5. And when you care about the people, when you care about the players, your brain never is able to turn off. And so you just learn how to deal with very little sleep and get through every day.
Kwani hits everybody, but he's struggled. He hasn't hit well against the Reds. Is it just a thing, or have you seen anything different like in the last week or so with him?
I mean, I never worry about Kwani. It's one of those things that when you are Stephen Kwan, they're going to circle your name. They're going to talk about how to get you out. And every hitter has strengths and weaknesses, and no matter how good you are. And he's getting pitched very tough right now. So for Kwani, it's we're giving him a day today, get the 2 days in a row with the wrist, and he's doing fine, but still banged up. He's playing through it. So get him 2 days, and I have no doubt in my mind when we get to Seattle, he'll be ready to rock.
Schneemann this week just a matter of facing 3 straight lefties, or is he doing okay?
Yeah, she's great. Facing the lefties, but also, Schnee is playing every day, and his body is banged up. So it's a great 2-for-1, and so we get the better matchup, but also gives him a chance to really focus on getting his body ready to go because he's playing every day versus righties.
Cody Allen was saying, watching the Reds, he can see that their approaches, they're sitting on certain pitches. Like each guy goes up, he's looking for a pitch. How do you read that as a catcher and make your in-game adjustments when you kind of get a feeling for what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to read the game. You have to see what they're doing and feel it out. And at the end of the day, they still have to hit it. Whether you're sitting on a pitch, if you execute your pitch, they're not going to hit it. So, they had 16 hits the other night, so they did a great job of taking what we gave them. So we're always talking about what they're doing, how to combat it, but at the end of the day, our pitchers need to stick to their strengths and go with that.
It's one of the things we've missed because we've seen all the righties in a row. I just thought as you said about Schnee. You got a lot of young guys that are playing every day for the first time in the big leagues. Has it almost messed you guys up a little bit because you've seen so many righties and now you just see all these lefties that they haven't got a couple days here or there like you usually would in the season?
A lot of our guys are playing more frequently because of the righty string that we went on, and but at the same time, we're going to deal with that here all the time. We have young guys all the time that are going to come up and need to play every day, need to play, versus their side of the matchup, whatever it might be. And so anytime you have a young team, it takes time for them to figure out how to make their body work for 162, because one game up here is worth 2 with the stress and the energy, and there's no beast like the big leagues.
We've seen over the last week or so a couple of umpires with pretty quick trigger ejections on guys arguing balls and strikes. Yesterday, Slade comes off the mound. He's a little fired up. And how do you think he handled that situation and navigated it? Because he told us afterwards that he tried to make things good with Tishner afterwards.
It's a relationship. Players and umpires, managers, umpires, coaches, umpires, it's a relationship. We're all working. We're all trying to do our best. We're going to have disagreements from time to time. We're going to – it's humans. We all make mistakes. Like the other night, I yelled at an umpire and then realized I was wrong, so I apologized. Like, it's what you do. It's, you know, I think one of the things that gets lost is we are still competing, and it is a big deal, and there's high emotions. And I think most people have a long leash. Most people allow you to vent. We've seen a few examples that didn't go that way. But, you know, like last night, Slade handled that perfect. Had a conversation with Todd. Todd said his piece, and then Slade went back, and they talked it out.
With the, you know, the imminent institution of the ABS system that's coming, that it's made the umpires maybe a little bit more sensitive to sort of that kind of criticism in game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I also think there's an element of the fact that we had ABS that confused a lot of people. It didn't set us up to get off to a good start during the season. So everything good, bad, you're always going to get. It's not all going to be good. So we'll see how it goes. I love the human element of baseball, but we'll see where the game heads.
Do you miss the days pre-replay when managers would throw their hat and kick the dirt and their face would turn red?
It's part of the entertainment of the game. You know, and I think we've eliminated, that's the only thing you really can't argue now is check swings and balls and strikes. And those are the two things you can't argue. You get thrown out. So I think, you know, there's that element that is being lost, and it'll go away too with ABS.
Do you think you would have had some good theatrics if you were managing?
I am a thespian, so
How about balls?
yeah.